Does Bluey have ADHD? The answer might shock you. This is really, really interesting. And I love this kind of stuff, these kind of theories about interesting things that you've watched online, like Rugrats or One Piece or something. By the way, I never watched One Piece up until literally 2 months ago. My son was born a few months ago, so I had to do something from sunset to sunrise. So let's go through it. Bluey. Okay, so there's some fan theories. Some people believe Bluey might have ADHD. She has high energy. She's talkative. She's really like giddy and excited. I love that show. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've watched that show with my dogs, and even my dogs love the show. They'll just sit there and watch it. It's great. So basically, here are some notes that fans have seen in Bluey that might point to ADHD. Impulsivity, like how Bluey often acts without thinking and is quick to react to some action, to some situations. She just jumps into social situations. She's very talkative, talks almost nonstop, sometimes making noises for some reason or no reason at all. Difficulty listening. Bluey frequently asks questions, but does not always listen to answers. I feel like a lot of this stuff is actually just like kids in general, but some kids are really attentive and really smart, really good at listening. Other ones are not. But another one is procrastination and resistance. She does unwanted tasks slowly and complains a lot. I feel like I do that. I don't complain a lot, but in my mind, I kind of am like, oh, I don't want to do this. Trouble falling asleep. This is a huge one for ADHD. Bluey has more difficulty falling asleep than her sister in several episodes. And of course, hyperactivity, her boundless energy and inability to keep still are often cited as classic signs. Also, the last one is hyperactivity. I don't think it's hard to notice or hard to spot that Bluey is pretty hyperactive. So there's a lot of clues here. Okay, so let's just all count that as one clue. Clue number two. Clue number two is that she's a certain kind of dog that is hyperactive. And people aren't sure if this was intentional because so Bluey is based off of a blue heeler dog. And those are very hyperactive dogs, hence why they also call her Bluey, probably. But cool fact, just a theory. But that's another thing is, maybe the hyperactivity there points to maybe being ADHD, or maybe they just, I don't know, maybe the creator of the show just wanted an energetic, cute dog that's really fun and outgoing, because kids love that. So, okay, so this is clue number three. The show's creator, Joe Broom, gosh, I'm butchering that name, and the Ludo studio team. Bluey's antics are intentionally designed to reflect the realities of modern childhood rather than being a direct representation of ADHD. So I just want to highlight direct there. So while the character's impulsivity and restlessness may evoke symptoms of ADHD, the show's makers emphasize that Bluey's behaviors are meant to be relatable and endearing rather than a deliberate diagnosis. So what I get from this, they didn't really create the show to make this dog that has ADHD. That seems evident. They wanted someone that was relatable to kids, someone that's high energy, doesn't want to do not fun things. This just, I feel like every person with ADHD, like we just are kids and inside, like we just literally are all kids. I also feel like we're all like, if we all had a spirit animal, it would be a dog. I feel like my spirit animal, if I had one, would be a golden retriever. Maybe it's a blue heeler. Maybe it is literally Bluey. I don't know. But it also sounds like the creator was open to the idea and he kind of worked it in. And who knows? So I will say that, in summary, Bluey is not necessarily officially diagnosed or depicted as having ADHD, but Bluey does actually have a lot of the traits of people with ADHD. So I actually like that, even if the creator of the show wanted to intentionally make this dog have ADHD, I would... I didn't think I'd ever say that. I would say that the most tasteful way to portray it would be to make it almost a mystery where you don't really know, where it's more of something that's relatable, but doesn't close you off to being neurotypical or neurodiverse either way. Just a happy, energetic kid who is fun to be around. And I think that that's what's most important here. But there is one other thing. The guy, Jack Russell, is a character on the show. He does have ADHD and he has this explicit representation of it. So that was more obvious. I think it's a little riskier if you have the main character, so, you want to make the character really relatable to the mass public of kids like watching the show. So I think that they did everything the way that I think was tasteful, I think was interesting, but it also can be inspiring for kids that have ADHD because this character is so relatable and so fun and so nice. And I love that they have lessons at the end. And I love just how authentic this show is. It just feels authentic to me. It feels fun to watch and calming to watch. And I enjoy it. It's a good show to watch as a parent and as a kid. So, because the parents are also talking about a lot of relatable things. And yeah, so anyway, that's really it. So, I'm going way too long. If you have ADHD or you think you have ADHD or you think your kid has ADHD, click the link in the description below. There's a whole bunch of free tools and there's coaching and all kinds of things, courses. Thank you for listening. This is your friendly neighborhood ADHD coach with ADHD. Later, neighbors.